Well, hello everyone. We are here on location at Myers Chiropractic in Johnson City, one of our Health Corner partners, and we are so excited to be joined here by Dr. Shannon Myers, who's been here for several years now. And Dr. Myers, thanks for hosting us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you're quite a staple in this area. You said you opened your doors, what, 2004 here in this area?
Yep, it was September 2004. Yeah, sure was.
So you've been working with patients of all ages, I'm sure, and really developing relationships.
Oh yeah, we have. We sure have. We've got families, individuals of course too, but we've got 7-member families and 5-member families, 3-member families, you know. Yeah, we've had people coming for almost as long as I've been here. You know, they've been here too.
And so, of course, easing their pain, really making a difference in their daily lives. Tell me about some of the things that you treat and continue to treat through the years.
Well, you know, I don't really look at it as like treating so much as a chiropractor's job really is to detect and correct misalignments in the spine, and there's a big word for it. It's called a subluxation. I know most people don't care about that, but as we correct those misalignments in the spine that cause pressure on the nerve, then things tend to happen and people tend to respond in a host of different ways. The public recognizes us a whole lot for back pain, neck pain, and headaches. You know, that's very common. But there's a lot of good side effects from chiropractic care too. Things like better sleep, more energy, digestion getting better, the bladder emptying better. I mean, I could just go on. We've had so many things, you know, respond to chiropractic care because it's your nervous system, and your nervous system is the master system that controls all the other systems. And by adjusting the spine, you're affecting that spinal cord and those 50 trillion nerves.
So it sounds like you're putting everything sort of back in balance.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it. Yeah, that's a great way to explain it. You know, so yeah, we start in the beginning with when someone comes in, if I can talk about that, then, so that's the consultation on day one. It's about a half-hour appointment, and then we sit down and talk with the new practice member, and after the consultation, we segue right into the exam, and then we usually wrap up with some X-rays. And that sets us up for our day 2, which is called the report of findings. And during that visit, then we kind of go over the X-rays, let them see what I see, and if I can help them, I usually go ahead and give them some recommendations and adjust them for the first time too on that second visit.
So those X-rays really give you that roadmap of what that individual person is going through.
Yeah, you know, not every chiropractor takes X-rays, so some guys, you know, or if they feel like someone needs X-rays, they'll send them to an imaging center or something like that. But from the beginning, I've always had the X-ray. I'm kind of dependent upon it. I can do chiropractic adjustments without, but I prefer not to. That's kind of how I was trained. So with all that information from talking and examining and looking at X-rays and sitting down and coming up with the right care plan for that specific person, I think works best.
Sounds like you build quite a relationship with your clients coming in those first and second, third times, developing that trust.
Oh yeah, that's so important, just like with anything else. You know, they need to feel comfortable with us, so a big part of even the way we answer the telephone, when people call the office, you know, when they come through the door, we try to, you know, greet them with a handshake and a smile. And hugs are very common here in the office also too. And we try to keep it very light and just, you know, more of a, set up a great experience, you know, when they come in the office. Not so much just an adjustment, but an experience.
Yeah, it sounds like some people can come in and when you're taking that first step, there can be some sort of hesitation. A lot of people still a little nervous when it comes to that.
Yeah, you know, if I'm honest, I think that only about 10% of the population in any city really goes to the chiropractor. And that turns into millions of people throughout the country and the world. But I just think it's a service that's, you know, incredibly underutilized, and that you know, so it's our job to do things like we're doing today, and I do Facebook marketing and, you know, things on Google, and I have, you know, several streams of bringing folks into the office. But first of all, they have to know that we're here, and then they need to know that they can trust us, and then they need to know that, you know, I can deliver, you know, as far as the adjustments go. And after that, you know, I think we're off and running.
And of course, right behind us, you've got some of these adjustment areas, so you can kind of see how your office is laid out, how it works for those patients.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. When they come in, the first 2 visits are kind of time consuming. They're about a half hour long. But after that, it definitely gets much quicker. So now we understand what's going on with that practice member, where their adjustments need to happen, specifically what position the spine is in, so we need to know. That is very important for us also. The X-rays help us with that too. But yeah, they're kind of in and out after the first couple of visits. We don't eat up a big part of their day.
I bet it feels pretty good, Dr. Myers, when you know and you can see the difference chiropractic care is making in your patient's life, how they've changed over those years and months.
Yeah, when you adjust someone, I'm just as impatient as anyone else that comes to see me. I want them better like that. You know what I mean? But you got to realize people are coming with many times, and the X-ray reveals this, that you'll see things like degenerative discs, bone spurs, calcium deposits. You'll see years of degenerative things to happen, in order for it to look like it is on the day that we look at it. So I try to, what's the word? You want to kind of manage their expectations, but secretly inside, I watch their facial expressions change the moment I deliver the adjustment many times, and some people do respond that way. But it has to do with how old they are, of course, how long they've had their problem for. And I always say too, it has to do with whether or not they smoke cigarettes, because that really slows the healing process down also, but we can't change that,
Yeah, it takes a while, and of course that's something as folks develop that relationship and that trust, I'm sure you really get to know your clients.
Oh yes, that's part of the deal, I pray for my practice members even, we know that the one true physician is God, of course. So I'm just a vehicle, and I pray every day that He brings me the people that I can serve, that I'll be able to help.
Very well said. Well, Dr. Myers, thank you so much for your time today. We'll give everybody the information. They've got a great deal on that first visit that includes everything with that consultation and the X-rays that he was talking about. We'll give you the information. It is Myers Chiropractic right here in Johnson City. You can also check out the website drshannonmyers.com for more information.